Kyle Petty's controversial take on Hendrick Motorsports sparks debate. In a recent NASCAR and NBC show, veteran driver Kyle Petty dropped a bombshell, making derogatory comments about renowned racing company Hendrick Motorsports. Petty's explosive comments have sent shockwaves through the racing community, with fans and experts divided. Join us as we delve into the controversy, discover the truth behind Petty's allegations, and consider the consequences for Chase Elliott and the entire Hendrick Motorsports team. But before that, please subscribe to our channel and hit that like button for more whereabouts on NASCAR. Chase Elliott, Hendrick Motorsports star driver, has had a rocky season in the 2023 Cup Series. Even though he started the season with high goals and drive, things went downhill when he broke his tibia while skiing. Because of this bad thing that happened, he had to sit out 6 races to get better. In a recent episode of the NASCAR on NBC podcast, Kyle Petty stirred up a storm by talking about Chase Elliott and the Hendrick Motorsports team. Petty boldly said that they're no longer the best team in the Cup Series when it comes to racing on a road track. Fans and professionals had a lot to say about this because Elliott is known as one of the best road course riders in recent years. Elliott's success in the new next-gen car was being talked about, which is when Petty made his comments. Even though he knew Elliott had been good on road courses in the past, Petty said that things have changed since his new car came out. Nate Ryan, the host, said that he didn't know if Elliott was still the best road course driver in the Cup Series, as many people would have said a few years ago. To make his point clearer, Petty talked about Elliott's past success on road tracks and called him the guy in races. Petty was amazed by Elliott's ability to get the job done every time, but he was worried about how he did in the next-gen car. Petty used Elliott's average finish in road course races over the past 2 years to back up his point. He noticed that Elliott used to finish first or second most of the time, but now he seems to be happy with 9th or 10th place. Petty was interested in Hendrick Motorsports' plan after he saw something interesting happen at Sonoma Raceway. During the race, Elliott and his partner Kyle Larson were in the middle when the first warning flag was shown. In a risky move, the HMS team chose to keep Elliott on the track while most of the other drivers went to the pits. This made Elliott's track position better for a short time. Elliott, Larson, and the Toyota drivers were supposed to have a fierce fight, but it never happened. In the end, all of the HMS drivers fell back to where they started, except for Elliott, who held on and finished in 5th place. When Petty thought back on the situation, he said that the team seemed to have accepted that they weren't going to win that day and instead tried to get the best result they could. In short, Chase Elliott and the Hendrick Motorsports team have had to deal with a lot of problems during the 2023 Cup Series season. Elliott's power on road courses has been questioned because of the new next-gen car, but Petty's comments and the team's strategic moves have added fuel to the fire. Elliott and his team are trying to get back to winning form, and the road ahead is full of both risks and chances. Chase Elliott of Hendrick Motorsports has had a pretty rough time in the 2023 Cup Series. Even though he started out strong, his luck changed when he broke his leg while skiing. He had to miss 6 races because of this bad thing, which threw off his pace and flow on the track. Elliott had to work hard to get back into racing shape after he had recovered from his injury. With the exception of a good 3rd place win at Darlington, he didn't do as well as his fans had come to expect. Even worse, he got another blow when he and Denny Hamlin got into a fight during the Coca-Cola 600, and he was suspended for 1 race. Elliott's drive and confidence have definitely been hurt by these problems. This makes it hard for him to find his groove in a field with so much competition. This problem hasn't gone unnoticed. But it's important to remember that failures are part of every sport, and Elliott is a young driver with a lot of ability and a history of success. Even though he's having trouble this season, that doesn't take away from his promise and what he's done so far. What do you think? Will Elliott and Hendrick Motorsports be able to make a better comeback in the remaining races? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell button for more updates. Petty suggested that Hendrick Motorsports' recent participation in the famous Le Mans endurance race might have had an effect on Elliott's problems. This was said while people were talking about Elliott's problems. Petty said that the team might have learned something from this experience that could have helped them make better decisions and do better overall on road courses. In the always changing world of racing, where the next-gen car is being introduced and tactics are always changing, teams have to change to stay on top. In the world of racing, there are a lot of different points of view, and Petty's words have sparked debates among fans and experts. Elliott and the Hendrick Motorsports team will have the chance to show how good they are on road courses again and position themselves as strong contenders in the Cup Series at the upcoming races. Even though they're facing problems right now, there's no doubt that Elliott's skill and drive will keep him going in his chase of success on the track. Petty compared it to riding a roller coaster, pointing out how the energy changes from one race to the next. Petty said that missing races makes a driver feel like he or she is behind because they're always aware that the other drivers have more race experience. Petty was worried about Elliott's performance because his rhythm had been thrown off, and he felt like he was falling behind in a very competitive racing situation. Overall, Elliott's rough year has become a worry for Petty, fans, and experts alike. The fact that this season has been all over the place, he's missed races, and he's trying to win races makes his performance more complicated. And it makes people wonder if he'll be able to find his rhythm and get back to being a top contender in the Cup Series. Chase Elliott has a tough road ahead of him as he tries to make up for lost time this season. Kyle Petty says it well when he says, "I'm playing catch-up this year, so it's a middle thing." With only 10 races left until the playoffs, Elliott has a lot to show and not much time to do it. The driver of the number 9 Chevrolet doesn't have an easy road ahead of him. Elliott has to get over a steep hill, which Petty points out. He also says that Elliott needs to find his flow and make a big difference in just 10 races, while other drivers have had 26 races to see how they did. When he switched to a TV job, Petty used his own experience as an outsider in the racing world to help explain his point of view. Even though he grew up in a place he knew well, he thinks of himself as odd. Petty knows how hard it is for Elliott to stay out of a similar situation and keep his competitive edge in a sport he has been involved with his whole life. The examples show how hard it will be for Elliott to get back on his feet and show what he's made of in the last few races of the season. There's a lot of pressure on him to do his best and leaving a lasting impression so that he can get into the playoffs and show that he is still a strong contender in the world of racing. NASCAR will celebrate its 75th anniversary in 2023. At the same time, the sport is pushing hard into the future. NASCAR is a sport that has been around for a long time, but its plan for the next season shows how it's changed with the times. The 2023 Cup Series schedule is similar to the 2022 schedule in many ways. Fans can look forward to exciting events like the Clash at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum coming back, building on how well they did the year before. The dirt race at Bristol Motor Speedway on Easter Sunday night stays on schedule, and it's sure to be an exciting show. Also, there's only 1 week off in the middle of June, which makes sure that there are always exciting races. The 10-race playoffs stay the same, making for an exciting end to the season. Even though there are many things that are the same, there are 2 changes that stand out. First, a course that hasn't been used in a while is back on the schedule, making fans and drivers alike excited. Also, having a race in one of America's biggest towns is a completely new idea, giving both participants and viewers a fresh new experience. Chase Elliott is ready to drive in the 2023 Cup Series, which puts him at the front of NASCAR's rapid change. We'll have to wait and see in the coming days if Elliott will get to his previous pace. So that's all we've got for today. We hope you enjoyed it. Tell us what you think of the video in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We hope to see you in the upcoming video.